Emotional support is important. Emotional support is important.
Painted to an envelope?
Emotional support is important.
Hi there. What can I help you with? Or is there anything you wanted to help the scions of the canopy with? What do you mean when you said help? Let me explain. Often members of the tribe just have too much on their hands, so some turn into commissions that are open to outsiders as well. Anyone who wants to take on a commission can just come here to the Obsidian Totem Pole. Naturally, you'll be compensated for completing commissions. Feel free to stop by and help. And you are... I'm a vet who specializes in treating saurians. Pleasure to meet you. It may sound cool, but I really just give baby saurians their meds and talk to them. At most, I could be considered a medical intern. For seriously injured saurians, it's best if you see a professional Saurovet, like Aoife from the Flower Feather clan. If you give him a call, he'll rush right over. Of course, I've got some pretty neat talents too. You know how Yumikasaurs usually don't like being around people? Well, they don't mind me. Sometimes just spending time with them is a kind of healing. Wow, it's actually a little bit bigger than I thought it was. There's a whole, like, internal area down here. Okay.
Let's ride! I told you today's our lucky day.
Touching a cuckoosaur sure isn't easy.
If only I could make friends with the riders of the Flower Feather clan or their fluffy quonkersaurs. If you want, then work for it. Haha, that's true. But as we all know, most members of the Flower Feather clan enjoy flying in the sky on their Kinosaurus' friends. It's hard enough to see one on the ground, much less set up a meeting. But now that I think about it, both the Scions of Canopy and the Flower Feather clan like high places. Which means I shouldn't give up just yet. It's a good thing that I'm not afraid of heights. Next time, I'll try my luck with a hot air balloon and go up even farther. Heading for the high ground. Woohoo, well said. To continually challenge yourself is also a way to compete with your past self.
Watch your footing. This guy too. We're at it.
Someone admiring the scenery from the cliff tops. Ah! That must be him! Hello there, are you Vichana?
That's me. Did you need something?
You tell him about Kachina and the Spirit Breaker Stone.
What? You're saying you can bring someone back from the Night Kingdom? How is that even possible? No, if you really think about it, anything's possible in that kind of place. But that would mean...
Are you okay? You don't look so good.
Everything's fine. I'll help you, but I do have a small request. After I help you find Kachina's ancient name, I want to use the stone to look for my friends as well.
Your friend? Oh, why not mention someone named Malco? Is that who you're talking about?
Yes, but I'd rather not get into it if it's all the same to you.
That's not a problem. We agree to your request.
Yeah. Since you're helping us find Kachina's ancient name, it's only right that we return the favor.
Then we're agreed. Can I have a look at the stone?
Yes, that is a stone.
I see. From what I can tell, it functions almost like an abyssal pylon. Both connect the Night Kingdom to the living world. Once the connection is established, the abyss will come surging through the opening like a predator honing in on the scent of blood. So we have to be sure not to use it in a tribal settlement.
Wow, you got all that just from looking at it?
I just picked up on the basics, really. I still have no idea why it works. You said someone named Lali invented this. They must be a genius. I'll go find an open area and start setting things up. In the meantime, I need you to get 2 things for me.
We'll go right away. What do you need?
First, I'll need some hook ropes. Pretty much every store around here carries them, so no need to go anywhere special. Oh, and I need to build a net out of them, so make sure you get a good amount.
Wait, are you saying you're going to use a real net to catch Kachina's ancient name? How does
Sure,
that work
whatever.
when one's tangible and one's not?
By creating something tangible in our world, like a net, we can create a connection to a corresponding concept in the Night Kingdom. Basically, I'm going to use the concept of a net to catch something equally intangible, an ancient name.
Oh, I see. What about the second thing you needed?
Right. I need two chunks of obsidian. Once we bring the ancient names into our world, we'll need a place to store them. Normally, you can only get obsidian from the Children of Echoes, but I heard there's a traveling merchant from that tribe around here somewhere, so maybe you can try your luck there.
Gotcha!
All right, let's split up. See that clearing?
Let's split up
Meet
again.
over there when you're done. Oh, and you can send someone with me if you want. In case you're worried I might take the stone for myself.
What do you think, Chaska?
There's no need. Lena spoke highly of you. That means you're trustworthy.
I appreciate it, even though that doesn't mean much to me anymore. Anyway, it'll take some time to set everything up, so no need to rush. I'll see you in a bit.
What an odd guy. He seems so defeated, but also really invested in the stone at the same time.
I don't have any more insight than you, Paimon. Let's just focus on the preparations for now. Hang on, Kachina. We're coming for you.
All these alpacas. Those who stand at high places are always staring at their feet, so they can easily overlook dangers coming from above. They should be more careful. Is this area especially prone to accidents? That's exactly right. The cliffs around here, there are basically no fences in sight. My people are at least used to it. We've all gotten picked up by Yumikasaurs at some point in our lives. So if you were to hear someone suddenly miss their step and start screaming, chances are they're an Outlander friend. Is injury likely? Usually it'll be just some small scratches. The ones who get seriously hurt around here are those who are into serious challenges in extreme sports. Oh, and just between you and me, if you ever find someone seriously injured, but without the help of a doctor, please feel free to bring them to me. I actually know some first aid techniques, but please don't tell anyone about it. If those crazy kids ever hear that I'd be able to save them, they'll just feel compelled to try even more dangerous tricks. Who knew it would be so hard to live up high day after day? I wonder how it would feel like to get swung back and forth by a Yumikasaur. Pretty great, huh? Oh, you mean the pleasure of coming and going freely? Do you think floating in the air is kind of like swimming in the water? Then I can kind of understand. Pretty grating, huh? Really? Then aren't the signs of Canopy always like engaging in spiritual practices every day? No wonder their warriors are so strong. Much better than us people of the springs who only know some cheap lava tricks. Why not try it yourself? You've got a point.
Close call.
Whew! I finally got my change of clothes. Been a while since I felt this good. What was wrong with the old clothes? It kind of fell apart. That kind of thing happens all the time. You can't really do extreme sports without accepting that things will get damaged or broken. In the end, it's just a change of clothes. I can afford that much. Still, I've got to admit, it was pretty wild skateboarding on the mountain crest less than half a meter wide without any protective gear. Thankfully, I had my most faithful and considerate Sarian sidekick with me. Guitari has always been there for me. Wait, where'd he go? Weird, I could have sworn he was just with me a moment ago. Maybe they're resting. Oh, well, that's certainly possible. But if I recall correctly, he never had problems with stamina before? Who knows, maybe he's just shy. A lot of Yumikasaurs are like that. They're not too used to hanging out with humans all the time, probably because we're too high energy. I'll just give him some time. I'm sure that one day he'll become just as outgoing as yours truly.
These clothes are the comfiest, after all.
You do overseas delivery? Theoretically speaking, it shouldn't be a problem. It'll be a bit difficult for me to leave Natlan personally, though. I'll have to submit multiple rounds of applications to the way up, and even then, if it's anyone's guess whether or not my leave permit will be granted. Jokes aside, if letters need to be sent abroad, we usually take them to the border before handing them over to our colleagues from other nations. Anyway, just leave it to me. I promise that it'll get delivered. You seem to love your job. Of course. You can stay in shape, enjoy the scenery, and even enjoy the happy smiles at the recipients' faces. And they get the letter at long last. There's no other job that'll let you have all that. It's true that I'll have to be the harbinger of bad news every once in a while, but the longer you work this job, the more you learn that the good things still outweigh the bad in this world. I wonder how you'd send a letter to someone without an address. So it's not much of a letter as a missing person poster, huh? If you're looking for someone, you might want to try your luck with the people of the Springs. Their folks in Saurians are super knowledgeable. They're adept at both pathfinding and navigation. Some people said that koala swords are like dogs that live in water, and I think that they're onto something. Their only flaw is that they tend to work rather slowly. You might have to wait a while before you can be reunited again.
Seriously? Would any normal person stuff explosive paint into an envelope?
Explosive paint? The amount of contraband I've confiscated from packages would probably be enough for me to open my own shop. Going to get a new job? Huh? Opening a shop? Oh, no. I don't actually have any plans to open a shop. It was just an analogy. Once you've worked here long enough, you'll see just about anything. Get distracted for 1 second and something in a package gets broken. Get distracted again, and the delivery address literally evaporates into thin air. Because it was written in that kind of ink, changes with the outside temperature. Forget it. There's no point in going into it. There'll only be more pleasant surprises waiting for us. Sorry you had to listen to all that. I hope I didn't take up too much of your time. Can you sell it to me? What, the contraband? Hey, kid, cut it out. This was really just a joke. There's no way I'd actually go out and sell any of that stuff. Just pretend you never heard anything, okay? You have my thanks. Alright, would you sell it to me then? No, I'm not asking you to repeat everything. I'm not jesting. Just pretend that my complaints have all been buried away by the sacred flame, taking my troubles with them. I picked this up earlier. Did you now? Some idiot must have lost it along the way. Let me see. Wait, what? I picked what up? Wait, why did it let me select that if I didn't even have the object? Yeah, well, I guess there's something I can pick up somewhere that I can then give to this guy, but I don't have it yet. Fair enough. Ooh. Forgot about this.
Emotional support is important.
Okay. I've talked
Off
to
we go.
everyone up here, so let's go to the beneath part here.
Emotional support is important.
The most important part of going out to have fun is, well, going out. So just show up and I'll handle the rest.
Emotional support is important.
Roka, rock climbing instructor. That was a great warm-up. Most praiseworthy. But I still have a problem with the muscle groups that I use for rock climbing. I knew it. Don't give up just yet. Let me finish. You can't only use your arms just because your legs are a bit uncoordinated. How can you put extra pressure on something that was already lacking in the first place? We're going to focus on training your arms next, understood? Okay, understood. Wait, didn't I come here to sightsee? How did I get roped into a fitness class? All the tourist attractions in Natlan are kind of like this. You'll get used to it. I see. I guess I'll take your word for it.
Sorry.
At Chief Wyna's suggestion, this community bulletin board has been repurposed to serve as a general message board. Aside from being a place to display important news concerning the tribe, feel free to leave any other messages here too. Both members of the Scions of Canopy and visitors from outside the tribe are welcome to share feedback and requests anytime. Many little Yugomasaurs dislike it when other people groom their tails, for as their parents tell them, little Saurians must grow up quickly and take care of themselves. Adult Yugomasaurs, on the other hand, particularly enjoy having their tails groomed, as they love showing off how well kept their fur is. A bit like a hairdresser telling you, your hair is so thick and lush, it must be trying to manage it all on its own. Our shop handles custom orders for all types of extreme sports gear, as well as souvenir clothing for our tourists. In addition to the fine ores supplied by the Children of Echoes and fabrics chosen by the Collective of Plenty, we also use various raw materials imported from abroad. Prices are negotiable, however big the order. Important note, when ordering custom grappling hooks, please provide accurate body weight measurements. No shame in a few extra pounds. As long as a Yugomasaur can still lift you, you're good. Accurate weight measurements are crucial for grappling hook safety. The safest and simplest of extreme sports you could imagine, perfect for beginners. Head over to the small cliff to experience the joys of climbing for yourself. How can something that is safe even be called an extreme sport? Doesn't seem fun in the slightest. If this is what the rock climbing in Natlan is like, I might as well have just stayed at home and gone hiking on my own. The most authentic and challenging of extreme sports you could imagine. Perfect for those looking for a challenge. Head over to the small cliff to experience the joys of climbing for yourself. A gentle reminder from Ekla. When you're making friends with Yugomasaurs, make sure you adjust your approach depending on their age. Generally speaking, both juvenile and adult Yugomasaurs enjoy having their noses, the part that protrudes above their mouth, gently pressed by their companions. A bit like how friends might give each other a friendly pat on the back. If you've got a baby Yugomasaur on your hands, they'll love a gentle ear rub. Some Yugomasaurs approaching adulthood may be sensitive about people touching their ears. After all, they're no longer kids anymore. In their own minds anyway. This month, there were a total of 11 incidents, 9 involving damage to property and goods, and 2 resulted in injuries to travelers and personnel. Both travelers and new couriers, please always exercise caution, avoid reckless modes of travel, choose suitable paths and climbing routes. And prioritize your own safety at all times. Alright, Uncle Wayne. You've told me this umpteen times already. Meta, you little rascal. Just because you haven't gotten hurt yet doesn't mean that it doesn't apply to you. You of all people should be extra careful. No way. You have to take a few tumbles if you want to get better. If you need anything brought back, feel free to leave a message below. As long as it's within my abilities, I'll find a way to bring it back. You wouldn't be able to bring back some meat for me, could you, Senshi? I want to make some food for my little sick Sarian. No problem, I'll bring it back for you tomorrow. I want some chocolate, Senshi. Me too, bring back some for me too. Hey now, it's not like whoa, that's a kakahatl. I guess kakahatl grows on trees, you know. Just reach down underground and dig some up for yourself. Actually, chocolate does grow on trees. Okay, we've gone through all the messages here. Oh no, you caught me. What was all that running around for? What do you mean, horsing around? I'm clearly training. The grown-ups all say that I'm super fast. They say that I'm the speediest brat they've ever seen. So I've got to work hard and play to my strengths so that I can eventually become the fastest warrior in the war against the abyss. A little bit right, but also a little bit wrong. Huh? Well, what do you mean? Oh, so like my overall direction is right, but my methods are wrong? Kind of like that Outlander guy by the small cliff over there. His problem is actually quite simple. He's just being too careful. Rocco is always worried that he might get hurt, but you can't improve without picking up a scratch or two. If you ask me, I should go teach him instead. I'm so fast at climbing, I'm sure I'll be a good instructor as well. Sure he'll get the hang of it after falling a few times.
Looking to buy something?
Oh, am I supposed to talk to you? Oh, maybe eventually. It's kind of weird when you randomly run into an NPC that has spoken dialogue. Yeah, this is where I'm supposed to go next.
Hello. Do you have any hook ropes for sale?
Hook ropes? As in rock climbing equipment?
Yes. How much for your whole stock?
Oh, the whole thing? Let me see. That would be 30,000 mora in total. Deal?
Deal.
Wait, really?
What, you want me to drive down the price? We just need these as fast as possible. Thanks.
Oh, no problem at all. I'll even pass along some information on the house. These ropes are usually used by rock climbing enthusiasts. If you want to learn, Roka's the person you want to ask. All right, that's everything. Here you go.
Now we need the obsidian. Let's go talk to the traveling merchant Bichama mentioned.
Excuse me, do you sell obsidian?
Why, yes. I've got a chunk for sale right over there.
Perfect. Is that the only one, though? We actually need two.
That might be tough. Tell you what, I'll take a look through these boxes over here and we'll see what we can find.
Thank you so much. We'll wait here.
Relax. Everything's going according to plan.
I know, it's just... I could tell Vichama feels the same way about his friend that I do about Kachina. I hope this chunk of obsidian isn't the only one. Kachina always carries all sorts of shiny stones with her. If I was the one trapped in the Night Kingdom, she'd have a whole pile of obsidian ready in a heartbeat.
Well, would you look at that? I did bring an extra. Here you go, young lady. How does it look?
Perfect! Thank you. How much do I owe you?
If you hadn't shown up, these stones would have just sat here collecting dust. I'll take 3,000 mora for both. Here you go. By the way, I heard you mention Vichama just now. You running an errand for him, then? How's he doing? Malco's been gone for 5 years now. It's about time he started to move forward.
Do you know what happened between them?
I heard about it in passing while I was out drinking one night, but I don't know all the details. Vichama and Malco grew up together, and even made a name for themselves together. Malco was an amazing fighter, capable of knocking out multiple opponents in a single hit, while Vichama excelled at scouting and analyzing the battlefield. The two made an excellent team, and managed to beat back the Abyss several times. 5 years ago, they both emerged triumphant in the pilgrimage, and were placed on the same team to fight the Abyss. But on the eve of battle, the Abyss launched an attack on their tribe, and Vichama suffered an injury to his leg while attempting to rescue someone.
Then what happened?
The team agreed that he couldn't fight the Abyss in his condition. Vichama didn't argue. He knew going to the front lines with an injured leg would make him a burden in battle. So they raised the issue with the Pyro Archon, and she agreed to let him stay behind. It's just... Malco and the others ended up facing hordes of abyssal monsters in numbers that far exceeded anyone's expectations. The team made an error in judgment, and they fell to the onslaught. Vichama went into a deep depression after that. He blames himself for everything.
Doesn't sound like it was his fault.
Oh, you're not wrong. But it's possible he chooses to blame himself. Not because he did something wrong, but because he wasn't able to do anything at all. I've tried convincing him to move forward, to stop dwelling on the past. But the shadow of Malco's death hangs over him still. The Abyss has caused so much suffering, and some wounds never heal. I wish there was something he could do to make himself feel better, but... Anyway, that's the gist of it. Maybe you could help him talk things through sometime. I would really appreciate it.
Oh, looks like we've got a surprise visitor here. Impressive, yeah? Indeed, but now it's time for you to leave. This is where we keep our watch. It's not a great spot for sightseeing or small talk. Let's see, where we go? Sweat. Best way to get up. Ooh, this jungle music.
Did you get everything?
Yep, it's all here. When do we start?
I've made all the necessary adjustments, so we're good to go. As agreed, I'll help you find Kachina's ancient name, and then you return the favor.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Are you seeking your friend's ancient name for the same reason as us?
Yes. After Malco fell, I scoured the battlefield to see what happened. It turned out he wasn't bested by some impossibly powerful foe. He was dragged to his grave by the sheer number of enemies. If I had been there, I would have been able to sense the danger. I could have warned them not to advance. I've always blamed myself for what happened. But when you told me about Kachina, I realized there's a chance Malco might also be alive, fighting for survival in the Night Kingdom.
But that happened several years ago, right? The Pyro Archon said all life within the Night Kingdom eventually becomes one with the Sea of Souls.
There might not be much hope, but I still have to try. Malco and I promised each other, even if we never managed to root out the Abyss for good, we would fight together until the end. All right, let's get to it. I'll start searching for the conceptualized version of Kachina's ancient name. If you see any fragments scattered around the area, please collect them. Make sure you prepare yourselves for battle. As I said, the stone will link the mortal realm to the Night Kingdom. The Abyss will likely emerge in response.
Look at that golden thing. It must be one of those fragments Vichama mentioned. Let's get closer.
Need a surfboard?
Whoa, monsters incoming! Watch out, everyone! Come on up. Check this out! Best of luck! Fire! Well, what's coming at ya? Drilling down! Amazing! Coming at ya! Fire! Well, with fun. Hey there! Coming at ya! Clear the area! Hard-hitting explosive! Smile! Hey! Attack! Hey there! Watch out! Woohoo! Let's shred, Sharky! Ho! Cha! Ha! Cha!
How much longer, Vichama?
Not long. We're getting close.
Off we go! Vichama!
Quick, take it! I found Kachina's ancient name. Hang in there, Malco. Just a little longer.
Something's not right. The power of the Abyss is getting stronger.
The Abyss is corroding his body. Vichama, you can't keep going. You'll die.
I should have died 5 years ago. I just need a little more time. Please, I'm almost there.
I'll buy you some time.
Thank you.
QTE!
Whoa, watch out! The power of the Abyss is strong.
Mash X quickly to not die
This
as
power.
fast.
Hanging in there?
We're running out of time.
Malco. No! Why can't I find him? Why?
We can't wait any longer. Pull him away from the stone, Mualani.
I already tried, but the power of the Abyss has him in a chokehold. It's like he's tied to the stone with an invisible rope.
In that case, we have no choice. I'm sorry, Sea Wally. Get back!
Chaska, wait!
Ouch! What happened just now? It looked like the Spirit Speaker's stone was...
The stone's power was spiraling out of control. The only way to stop it was to destroy it. You were all caught in the shockwave of the explosion. You might feel dizzy for a while, but that's normal.
Give us a heads up next time, will you? You're lucky we managed to dodge it in time.
I thought I said to get back.
Yeah, barely a second before you made it go poof. Not everyone has your reflexes, Chaska. We were this close to getting dragged into the explosion.
Okay, I'll be more careful next time.
At least Kachina's ancient name is still in one piece. Wait, where's Vichama? Vichama!
Vichama!
I couldn't find Malco's ancient name. It must be completely gone by now. Once your ancient name disappears, there's no coming back. From the very beginning, I knew there was a slim chance, but still. And now... it's too late to save him. From the minute he left that day, it was already too late.
Vichama.
I'm sure he's heard enough condolences over the years. Let's just give him some space.
Huh? What's that in your hands, Vichama? It looks like something's glowing!
Huh? This is...
Hey, Malco. Got any strength left?
Not enough to swing a sword, but to say a few last words? Sure.
Too bad. No one will get to hear them. I never thought I'd actually die on this mission. Not that I'm afraid to die. It's just... hard. Thinking about my mom's face when she hears the news.
Guess I have something to be thankful for then. My parents died a long time ago. They won't have to mourn me. Pisak! Always had to beat me at everything, didn't you? Right to the end, you were never one for goodbyes. Maybe you're right. Maybe no one will get to hear our last words. But just in case, Vichama, I'm so glad you didn't come with us. Don't be sad. Just keep on living. For the both of us.
Was that a memory?
Seems like we were able to salvage something after all.
Feeling any better, Vichama?
Of course. Seeing him, hearing his voice again, it makes me unbelievably happy. But it also brings with it an even deeper pain.
A deeper pain? Why?
Malco was always the type to put on a brave face. But in that memory just now, his hands were shaking, and his smile was forced. For all these years, I regretted not being able to fight alongside him to the end. And now I know, at the end of his life, he was thinking the same thing.
Vichama.
I'm fine. Actually, I heard Chief Wyna wasn't really on board with your plan to go to the Night Kingdom. When you asked for my help, I hesitated too. I knew helping you find your friend's ancient name meant leading you one step closer to danger. But I also understood why you had to try. Everyone has regrets in life, but not everyone gets the chance to make up for them. Once allowed to fester, guilt strips us of our most valuable qualities as warriors. In that sense, we might as well choose the braver path from the very beginning.
A more courageous way?
If I could do it all over again, I would have followed Malco to the front lines no matter what. Even with an injured leg, there were still things I could have done. That way, even if the outcome stayed the same, I still would have fought alongside him to the end. There are critical junctures in life, and if you don't seize the chance to act, there's no going back. That's something I had to learn in hindsight. But you're still at the crossroads of your journey, so I hope you can walk away without regrets.
Thank you, Vichama. I feel even more determined now. Kachina will come back to us. I'll make sure of it. I promised I would find her, and I intend to keep that promise.
That's good to hear. Strange. My body, it's
Once abyssal corrosion enters the body, a portion will fuse itself to your internal organs. Even though the Traveler possesses powers of purification, the corrosion can never be fully eradicated. Thanks to her, though, you are only briefly exposed. Slowing your breathing and controlling your emotions should help you keep the symptoms in check.
That does make me feel better. You seem very knowledgeable about all this.
Just speaking from experience, that's all.
Anyway, we've recovered Kachina's ancient name, so we're off to a great start. Let's get Vichama back to his tribe and tell Wyneth the good news. Oh, and apologize for destroying the Spirit Speaker Stone. We had no choice, though, so he'll probably understand. Right?
Koichi, are you really gonna just stand there like that? I don't know what you want from me.
I think you know exactly what I'm trying to say, Uncle Wyna. I can hear it in your voice.
Ooh, she is a nice design.
Honestly, it's just one thing after another
NPC
with
designs
you two.
in Natlan have been really good.
They're back.
Koichi? What are you doing here?
Don't play dumb with your own sister. You know exactly why I'm here. My apologies, everyone. I just need to borrow Chaska for a few minutes. You come with me.
I'll be just a moment.
Who is that?
Koichi, Chaska's younger sister. Although the two aren't actually related by blood, it's kind of a long story. It's not really my story to tell, but I guess it's not a secret. You see, Chaska was actually raised by cuckoo sores. She was afflicted with a rare disease when she was a child, and abandoned in the wild as a result. The Abyss found her out there, all on her own, and tried to devour her. But in the end, all that did was trigger her will to live. That strength of will pushed her to survive, but it also planted a seed of conflict within her. Eventually, she was adopted by the cuckoo sores. Wherever they went, she followed, getting into fights right and left.
For some reason, Paimon can totally imagine that.
Well, when Chaska finally returned to human society, it was Koichi's parents who adopted her. At the time, Chaska still had a habit of getting into fights, so Koichi was always taking her around, apologizing to everyone.
Ah, I remember those days. One of those fights was definitely with me. But, you know, kids. You're fighting one minute and your friend's the next. Eventually, she found a way to rein in that desire to fight. And now she's who people call to resolve conflicts. She's known as the Peacemaker. It sounds like she still argues with Koichi, though. Don't siblings usually stop fighting when they get older?
That's partly my fault. Koichi asked me to stop Chaska from doing anything dangerous, but you probably know by now, once Chaska makes up her mind, there's no changing it.
Oh, I get it. No wonder you tried to talk us out of going to the Night Kingdom. Chaska even said that wasn't like you.
I'm all for your adventure. You need to take risks when you're young, because by the time you're my age, you couldn't attempt something like that even if you wanted to. Better try now than live with regrets later. That's what I say. Still, I can understand where Koichi's coming from. In the end, nobody wants to sit back and let a loved one put their life on the line.
All right, it's just the two of us now. You have 1 minute to explain yourself.
I don't have anything to say. You don't have to approve, but You should know I only do what's necessary.
That attitude is exactly the problem. It's like you don't care. You try to sneak off to the Night Kingdom behind my back and then play it down as if it's just a trip abroad.
Well, technically I am going abroad, right?
Again with the excuses! We agreed, didn't we? There are 4 levels of danger. If it's not something urgent, you can only engage in level 2 danger and below. You can only go up to level 3 if a situation is so dire there's absolutely no alternative. But a trip to the Night Kingdom? If that's not a level 4, I don't know what is. And you were just going to sneak into the place without saying anything.
What do you mean, sneak into the place? I always planned on walking in there with my head held high.
You bought off Uncle Wina, didn't you? He promised me he'd stop you from doing anything dangerous. Oh, it's like he didn't even try.
You feel like he went back on his word. What if I told you my mind was made up, and there was nothing he could have done? Not even by force.
Oh, I knew it! So he did try to say something, but you didn't listen.
This is important. If you were in my shoes, you'd make the same decision.
You don't know that? I'm a doctor, and I handle logistics. If you're going to waltz into a dangerous situation where you could lose control at any moment, it's my duty to say something.
All right, whatever. Anything else?
What do you mean, anything else? Why don't you reflect on what you've done and promise me you'll stay put?
Time out. Is this one of our normal arguments or a serious one?
Chaska, does it sound like I'm joking?
Then, you need to know something. What happened to Kachina was partially my fault. I can't leave her there to die. That's not who I am.
But the person you become when you lose control, that's also not who you are.
That's a different issue. You said it yourself. A person is only as good as their morals. If I want to live in Natlan, I need to display qualities that make me worthy of this nation.
I've also told you that managing your condition is equally important.
Sometimes you have to make sacrifices. All right, let's stop this here. If we keep going, I might actually have to get serious. And I think Wina prefers his roof attached to his house.
Is that a threat? That sounds like a threat to me.
Koichi! Younger sisters are supposed to listen to their elders.
So, you're really going to go, no matter what I say? I'm supposed to be your sister.
Then support me. I'll be back. All you have to do is wait.
Chaska. So, that's it. Why'd you have to turn out to be so darn annoying?
You two are something else.
Something you wanted to say?
I know you aren't related by blood, but you two sure are similar.
Really?
You know, I said that very thing to Koichi not too long ago, and she reacted the exact same way, down to the very tone of voice. It's not my place to get involved, but I will say this. Try to spend a little more time with your sister. You're tough kids. That doesn't mean you have to go it alone.
Thank you.
Anytime. All right. If you're done with the Spirit Speaker Stone, you might as well hand it over. According to Kinich, it's an important ceremonial artifact, so it'd be safer to keep it with me.
About that.
If only Tonegif Bard was here, he could have repaired it just like the Holy Liar.
It might be in a few more pieces than you remember.
Huh? I see. Sounds like it was an urgent situation. If someone's life was on the line, then you had no choice. Still, Citlali's going to be a nightmare to deal with now that you've broken her stuff. I'll explain everything to her
March
later.
is gonna be pissed.
Stay safe out there in the Night Kingdom, okay? I'll wait here for your safe return. Try not to worry your families too much. After you get back, make sure to pay them a visit and let them know you're in one piece.
I hope you have a safe journey and overcome any danger that comes your way.
Need a surfboard?
Watch your footing.
Okay. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Where are we heading off to next? I'll head back to the, back here, so I might as well turn in my stuff for the Adventurers Guild.
Ad Astra Abyssos. Thank you for completing to Ad Astra. We could go to the hot springs, or anywhere really. I'm not picky. I don't get opportunities like this very often, so I've brought my camera with me. I'll even show you some cool poses and tricks. Trust me, we'll definitely get some cool group photos today.
Actually, I haven't talked to the people up in the stands yet. Tress.
Oh no, I dropped it! Quick, pick it up! Hope I didn't just jinx us.
My friend, can I borrow you for just a moment to ask you a question? I'm busy at the moment. Hey, it's not that kind of question. Just purely out of curiosity, are you a fan of carrots? They're alright, very nutritious. Ah, I knew it. There are still people out there who appreciate the miracle that is the humble carrot. Whenever anyone asks me how I keep my eyes so sharp, I always tell them I eat carrots. But most of them just shake their heads and say something like, even if the only alternative is drinking Masters of the Night Winds potion, they still choose the latter. I don't think they taste that bad, though. My friend, I'm very touched to hear you say that. I sometimes wonder if there's a god of carrots out there somewhere. If there is, he'll surely be looking out for you. Okay. I find them questionable. They taste like soil. Oh. Sorry if I look disappointed, do I? Don't mind me, it's not your fault. As a competition referee, I respect everyone's right to love or hate carrots as they so choose. I just didn't expect that there were so many people out there who hated them so vehemently. Almost 8 or 9 out of 10, if you'd believe it. I can't say it for sure. I don't think there's that many people that hate carrots. I can't say for sure that my good eyesight's down from my love to my love of carrots, but surely a vegetable that's such a lovely color must be doing something, right? Right? Can't judge a book by its cover. Ah, now that you mention it, there's definitely some people who look cute enough, but are real difficult to get along with. Or, I'm not talking about anyone specifically, alright? Anyway, back to food. What do people who aren't fond of carrots generally eat? Meat? Hello, friend. Sorry to put you on the spot like this, but from where you're standing, is there anything about my voice that sounds a bit off? Not at all. It's positively booming. Ooh, thank goodness for that. Seems like there was nothing wrong with that drink I just had after all, though my throat still feels a bit sticky. Host's voice is their greatest weapon, so we can't get careless with it. Any tips for maintaining a healthy throat? Exercise more. That's the trick to stay healthy. You heard that right. The only way to keep your spirits up so you can speak confidently is by staying healthy. Projecting your voice so that everyone hears it when you're up in a hot air balloon isn't easy, especially when you're competing against the roar of the crowd and the contestants' impassioned cries. I get there's so much water over the course of a competition that I could even drink the people of the springs dry. Oh, and speaking of which, if you want to keep your throat in top shape, you should drink more water and less unhealthy beverages. But drinks make people happy. Do they then? Well, guess there's no choice in the matter. I suppose I'll just have to compromise on one here then. As I see it, drinking water isn't exactly something too sad, but some prefer sweet things. Alright, Let's have ourselves a little pick-me-up. Perfect timing. I don't have any customers right now, so it's first come, first served. First served what exactly? Oh, I thought you might have tracked me down about hearing about my agency services. Well, it must have been fate that brought you here. So let me give you the spiel. Friend, how would you like to have to experience every blow of the action up close and personal from the best seat in the house? If so, then you've come to the right person. Like a migrating fish, I'll swim my way through the raging torrent of spectators to nab you the best stop spot in the entire stadium. With the exception of the Pyro Orchid spot, of course, but everywhere else is fair game. Oh, and I should mention, given how precious each spot is, I can only save a space for one person at a time. There's only one of me, after all. Ooh, this is like a different instrumental version of that song.
What do they say in the tribe?
I like it.
We're back! We found Kachina's ancient name, too!
What happened at the stadium?
Well, it's fairly complicated. Let me give you the condensed version.
The Fatui again? We can't go anywhere without them causing trouble.
But what if the Fatui finds out you've lost your power? Won't they try to take advantage of the situation?
That's why it has to be our little secret. No one else can know, or we're asking for trouble. Look, I wish I could offer you some sort of consolation, but I won't lie to you. With multiple factions closing in, there's nothing comforting about the situation we're facing. Still, all you need to do is focus on your goal. You can leave the complicated matters to me.
I can also step in on the Pyro Archon's behalf. There's a limit to what I can accomplish, but I'll help you however I can.
There's no need to be so modest, Yan-san. Your incredible strength has long been a well-known fact. You're the pride of your tribe.
Archon, I'm sorry about before. You have so much on your plate, so much that you have to worry about. But all I could do was focus on my own feelings.
You have nothing to be sorry about. We all get overwhelmed by our emotions, myself included. Your reaction to Kachina's disappearance, I understand that feeling very well. Well, now that we have Kachina's ancient name, let's go track her down. Follow me.
What is this place? Hey, isn't that Atea's talisman?
Good eye. This is where I store all the various mementos I've collected.
Whoa. I've never seen this place before. There's so many things in here.
It looks like there are items from every tribe. Collecting them must have taken a lot of effort.
I suppose you could think of it as a hobby of sorts. In Natlan, everyone grows up listening to the stories of heroes.
And physical items do a far better job of preserving those stories than our own memory. Now, I still have some preparations to make for the ceremony, so feel free to take a look around in the meantime. If you're curious about an item, I'm more than willing to tell you about its origins.
Alright, we'll have a look.
This flower looks like it's thriving. You must be good at taking care of plants, Archon.
This fishing basket looks familiar.
Make sure to handle everything with care. This cup, for example, it's heavier than it looks.
Like I said, I still have some preparations to make for the ceremony, so feel free to take a look around in the meantime. If you're curious about an item, I am more than willing to tell you about its origins.
This is Atea's talisman.
I'm sure you're familiar with this one already. Atea was rarely ever without it. The talisman brought her a lot of luck in battle.
Hey, there's a fishing rod here. It must have belonged to the people of the springs.
That's right. It belongs to a legendary fisherman named Matavaru. I have his entire set of fishing equipment, actually. He and I met in a tavern. He told me about a particular kind of giant fish and his meticulous plan to catch it. In his eyes, I saw a hunger and a strong fighting spirit. To him, the sea was the battlefield upon which he staked his honor.
Love the moonlight coming in through the window there.
So, did he do it?
The next time I saw him, he was covered in scars. It turned out the fish he sought had been corroded by the abyss. He managed to kill the fish, but sustained a serious injury in the process, which meant he could never go deep-sea fishing again. Can a fisherman claim victory if he fails to bring back his catch? That's what he asked me in the end.
Well, Paimon thinks he won.
That was my answer as well. The experience was far more valuable than the prize itself. In the end, he didn't want his tools to go to waste, so he gave them to me.
Wait, that means you also know how to fish.
Maybe we can go head-to-head sometime.
Whoa, that belt is bigger than Paimon's head!
The Collective of Plenty are known for their bodybuilding competitions and contests of strength. This belt is a symbol of great honor within the tribe. The association with strength might also have been the reason the original belt was extremely heavy. It was difficult for even two people to lift. And even if a warrior had the strength to put it on, wearing it for any length of time would still leave them gasping for breath.
Sounds like it.
So the owner of the original belt, Kitera, commissioned a craftsman to make a copy identical in appearance but far lighter in weight. That is the belt you see before you. He would often wear this version when training in order to protect his waist.
Or he made a lighter version so he could wear it all the time and show it off. There are so many jars and potions around here. Do they have anything to do with alchemy?
No, those belong to the Masters of the Nightwind. They're ceremonial tools used to amplify the ability to communicate with the Night Kingdom and the Wyab. Yamaya is an expert in this field, and she taught me a lot. Even though she appears stoic and serious, she actually has a keen sense of humor. The tools you see here are quite traditional. Her students found them outdated, so she passed them on to me. The contents of the jars aren't all that special. Oh, except the big jar in the middle. That's what she really wanted to give me.
Ooh, must be something really cool. What's inside?
Grape juice.
Huh?
It's quite tasty, although probably expired by now.
You know, it's not expired, just got turned into wine. Okay, observe jar, we did that one, we did that one. Okay.
The powder still needs some time to settle, so let's wait a little longer. Well, what do you think of my collection? Do you feel like you have a better understanding of Natlan's culture now?
Yeah, if each item represents a different story, seems like Natlan's really been through a lot. Does every item hold a special memory, just like Atea's talisman?
That's right. The items in my collection actually serve a similar purpose to the ancient names passed down among the tribes. They demonstrate the true shape of time.
The shape of time?
Most people perceive time as a linear concept, almost like a straight line that can only move forward. We cannot change the past or predict the future. But there's also a different theory, one that I believe to be closer to the truth. Namely, that the past, present, and future all exist at once.
At once? Paimon's not sure she understands.
Let's say your journey ended right now. Thinking back on your experience in each nation, which one would you say was the most important?
I mean, that's not an answer.
Exactly. Even at the end of your journey, the things you experienced along the way don't cease to exist. They become part of who you are. Take out a portion of that journey, and you would likely make very different decisions, and eventually arrive at a very different destination. The future is the same way. It exists even though it has yet to come to pass. We just lack the means to perceive it. Of course, there are those with the power to foresee the future. They simply call it by a different name. Fate. You're quite familiar with that concept, I would imagine.
That does kinda make sense. The future hasn't happened, but already exists.
Right.
Humanity excels at living in the present, but too often we forget the past and neglect the future.
So, ancient names record the past.
While the Pilgrimage and the Night Warden Wars lead us to a better future. Only by uniting the people of Natlan across countless eras can we fight back against an enemy as formidable as the Abyss. To come up with such a set of rules, the first Pyro Archon must have possessed a level of insight I can only imagine.
So the first Pyro Archon created the rules of Natlan?
That's correct. At first, he was a mortal man with no special power. After he ascended to the Divine Throne, he used it to borrow power from the heavens and establish the rules of Natlan. Namely, a framework through which ordinary people can ascend to Archonhood. By holding the pilgrimage, we're able to determine the strongest among us, and when that person ascends to the Divine Throne, their inner flame will awaken. In addition, the sacred flame will grant them significant knowledge and memory of this land. After all, that's how I came to know everything I just told you.
Interesting photo on the left there.
So, it all comes down to the power of the divine throne and the rules. Wait, is that a family
Speaking of
portrait?
which,
Yes. That's my mother, father, younger sister, and the little saurians we raised. I turned a piece of my dad's leather armor into a canvas and commissioned a famous artist to paint our likeness.
Your sister is so cute! It looks like the two of you are really close. Paimon was having a hard time thinking of an Archon as an ordinary person, but seeing this portrait, it kind of makes sense now. It really doesn't look like there was anything special about you before. Oh, wait, is Paimon allowed to say that?
A little late for that question, don't you think?
Sorry! Paimon's so sorry! Paimon's mouth works faster than her brain sometimes!
sometimes. Sometimes.
It's alright. I'd never get upset over something like that. No matter what others may say, my past is a precious part of my identity. I'm forever proud of the life I used to lead. Becoming the Archon doesn't mean you sever ties with your family. The position just comes with a lot of responsibilities, so it impacts how often you get to see them. My father made the most delicious stew, so my sister would often bring me a large pot of his cooking, and we would sit on a blanket and eat it together. One time, we didn't close the door securely, and the saurians we were raising ran into the room and knocked over the entire pot. My sister immediately burst into tears. The two troublemakers were going for the meat, but when they saw my sister's distress, they froze on the spot. I still remember the way they laid there, sulking like a pair of children, even after making such a mess. It was frustrating, but in the end, all I could do was comfort my sister and move on.
Wow.
You forgave them just like that?
Isn't that what being a family is all about? I think about that story a lot, actually. As the Archon, I made a vow to defend this nation, and experiences like that, they remind me exactly what I'm trying to protect.
Well, what happened after that? This portrait looks pretty old. Your sister must be all grown up by now, right?
I don't like where this is going.
I believe she ended up working as an architect and artist. She built many houses and crafted many beautiful works of art. Anyway, that's enough about me. Now that the powder is settled, we can begin. Ian-san, Mulani, Chaska.
I was expecting her
over
to say
here,
she's
please.
dead. Maybe we'll find that out later.
Place the ancient name up there, and then we'll begin. Surely as the echoes of life resound through heaven and earth, so too shall our stories remain eternal. Ancient name, take us to your fated bearer. Allow her to answer our call.
Am I hallucinating again? Kachina! Are you okay? Huh? I'm not seeing things, am I? Is the Abyss playing tricks on me again? It's okay, Kachina. It's just us. We're trying to find a way to bring you back.
Everyone, you have to listen to me. I've been investigating the Night Kingdom this entire time, and I figured out what's wrong. The Wyup is being affected by the Abyss. I was waiting for the Wyup to send me back, but then this really strong monster came in and it almost killed me. The Wyup saved me, even though its power is weakening, so I've been hiding from the monsters while trying to find a way to help. The Night Kingdom has become a huge mess, though. I keep hearing these awful sounds and seeing really horrible things.
Don't listen to those sounds, Kachina. The Abyss is trying to strip you of your sanity. All you need to do is stay safe and wait for us. We'll be there shortly.
It's okay. I feel so much better now that I've had the chance to talk to you guys. You don't need to worry about me. I've never been strong or special at all, really. So I don't blame anyone for forgetting about me or leaving me behind. Just knowing you care is more than enough. I'll find a way back. You don't have to put yourselves in danger to come rescue me.
You're always like this, Kachina. Now's not the time to act tough. We're coming for you, and that's final. I don't know what lies the Abyss has been feeding you, but I'll tell you something right now. Nobody here sees you as a burden. You're a victor of the Night Warden Wars, a hero of Natlan. All you need to do is wait for us to rescue you, and you'll get all the applause and recognition you deserve.
I'm really scared. Everything's so dark and creepy here. And I want to go home. Still, I don't want you to put yourselves in danger because of me. I don't want to hold anyone back ever again.
All you need to do is place your trust in us, just like you always have. No one fights alone. We're not leaving you behind. Not ever.
Yeah, we're so close. We can't call it quits now. Thank you. Be careful.
Looks like we've lost contact. Now comes the most dangerous part. You have to traverse the Night Kingdom in your physical form. This entrance to the Night Kingdom was left behind after an abyssal invasion. Even a brief amount of time inside could expose you to corrosion.
I know. I'm prepared for that possibility.
All right, then I wish you all the best. I'll tell Koichi to be ready just in case. She's very experienced in dealing with abyssal corruption. That face you just made. Don't tell me you two got into another argument.
No, I just feel bad for creating more work for her.
I'll go with them too, Archon. The more people, the stronger the party.
Thank you so much for your help, everyone. It really means a lot that you're willing to brave these dangers with me. And there's no time to lose, so let's get going.
Now that I've lost my power, I won't be able to provide much practical support. But I can still keep an eye on the situation from here. Eon-san, I know it's unlikely, but if you encounter a situation you can't handle...
That won't happen.
I hope not. Be careful out there. I'll observe the situation from here.
Okay, where are we going? We're here, apparently.
Let's go out and play.
So we're underneath Natlan right now? It looks nothing like Paimon was imagining.
That's because in the distant past, Natlan was home to an incredibly advanced civilization ruled by dragons. Humans only established their own society after the fall of the dragons.
So these are Saurian ruins?
I don't think she's talking about Saurians.
Wait, you mean like the elemental sovereigns? They had their own advanced civilization?
Yes, a really long time ago. Very few records have survived until now, so no one really knows what the devices here are for. These ruins have been abandoned for a long time, but with the recent increase in Abyss activity, the installations around here have somehow been activated again. So what you're saying is, we're not in for an easy trip to the Night Kingdom.
No. It's going to be obstacle after obstacle from here on out.
Just what I wanted to hear.
Why are you all laughing like that? It's creeping Paimon out.
It's the pre-adventure excitement kicking in, right guys?
Of course. I'm eager to get started.
Adventurers live for moments like these.
Then let's go. We won't let anything stand in our way.
Seems like the road ends here. How should we get across?
As a professional trainer, I think you could stand to build up your endurance, Paimon.
Professional trainer? Paimon thought you were a warrior from the Collective of Planning.
Well, that goes without saying. But I actually work as a sports coach. I provide professional guidance for many of Natlan's popular sports. And I don't just mean physical training. I design nutrition plans as well.
Ah, so basically no sugar, no soft drinks, no grilled meat.
Yeah, we'll be here all day if you list them out one by one. It's much faster to just focus on what's good for you.
Such as?
Vegetable juice. Want some?
You know, Ian-san, Paimon feels like the two of us might not see eye to eye. Those guys look familiar.
We've fought them before. Let's go. Show no mercy.
Carving waves! Say cheese! Time for a light show! Fire! place we need to go seems really high up. Carving waves! Hey there! A proper send-off from this Let's shred, Sharky! Surf's up! Say cheese! They're coming at ya! Goldfish up too! And fire! Well, with rocks. Watch out! Time for a light show! Hey there! Woohoo! Ho! Carving waves! Breaking news! Hold that pose! A proper send-down from the Spina with love. Hey there! Hey there! Attack! Here come the fireworks! Woohoo! Woohoo! Action at the flames! Hard-hitting Hiya! A proper send-off from the Spino. Hey there! Fuse is lit! Hey there! Let's ride! Say cheese! Fire hazard! Fire! Well, hold that pose! Hey there! A mystic retreat! Carving waves! Check this out! Best of luck! Shoot! This is the final stretch. We just need to climb up, and we'll be there. Nothing to it. Easy for you to say.
This must be the entrance the Pyro Archon told us about. The one ripped open by the Abyss.
Yes. There's something in the depths of this place that feels familiar, yet also foreign.
We actually have to go in there? Okay, Paimon just needs to psych herself up. Don't push her through before she's ready.
Push her!
Hey! You don't have to drag Paimon! You're pulling too hard!
Looks like we made it. This is the Night Kingdom.
It looks so different from what I imagined in the stories.
There's abyssal energy everywhere.
That overflow of energy is probably what trapped Kachina here in the first place.
From this point forward, everything we know about the real world no longer applies. Anything can happen here.
Paimon's more worried about how we're gonna make it out. We obviously can't go back the way we came.
Do you see that patch of light on the ground? It's shining down from that fissure in the sky.
Oh yeah, right in front of us. So that's coming from up there? Oh, it's so high up. Did we really fall that far down?
Just like I said, our real-world knowledge doesn't apply here. We fell all this way, yet came out completely unscathed. If this was the real world, we'd have to climb our way back up to the entrance. But here, all we have to do is stand underneath the light and offer a prayer.
That's it?
Don't try to run away.
You really think that little of Paimon? That's not even why Paimon asked!
So that means all we need to do is find Kachina and bring her to this location.
Exactly. This light is streaming in from the real world. It's a link between the two realms.
The terrain looks difficult to navigate, and the visibility's not great either. How are we supposed to find Kachina in these conditions?
Yeah, these floating black things don't look super friendly either.
Those are all manifestations of abyssal power. Be careful.
Ghost! A talking ghost!
Calm down, I'm here to help. You're the ones who helped Vichama, right?
Wait, that means you're...
Yes, I'm Vichama's friend, Malko. I was completely lost to this realm until I sensed a mysterious power calling out to me. It's like it was seeking me out, attempting to reassemble the pieces of who I used to be. Of course, it could only do so much. I'm sorry I can only appear before you in this imperfect form.
No, we should be the ones apologizing. If the Spirit Speaker Stone hadn't become corrupted by the Abyss, we could have done much more. But we had to destroy it. Otherwise, Vichama and his tribe would have been in danger.
Of course. Thank you for protecting him. I never imagined that, even after all these years, he'd still take such a risk for me. Under the power of the stone, it felt like our souls were connected. Turns out even our regrets were exactly the same.
Whether in triumph or death, you want your best friend by your side.
Exactly. That may not be in the cards for us, but it's not too late for you. You're looking for a young girl from the Children of Echoes, right? She's being chased by an embodiment of abyssal power. I'd like to help her while I'm still in this form, so follow me. Be careful. This place has been severely corroded by the Abyss.
Paimon didn't realize it had gotten this bad.
It's like a seething volcano ready to engulf our world at any moment.
Ouch!
Quick, get back here! You can't go wandering. Stick close to me. My power will be able to ward off attacks for the time being. We won't be able to keep this up. Let's try another route. This way.
Off we go!
Not good. More monsters.
We shouldn't waste our time on them.
Fire! Well, with rocks. Fuse is lit! Watch out! Hold that pose! Watch out! Attack! That's the way. Time for a light show. Smile! Breaking news! Oh, Paimon can't see anything!
It's easy to get lost here. Just stick close.
That's not good.
Did you hear that?
What?
Never mind. It was probably just my imagination.
Don't scare Paimon like that!
I heard it too. It was a voice from the abyss.
What did it say?
Doesn't matter. It certainly doesn't harbor good intentions.
Paimon just heard it too! Let's keep going. Paimon wants to get out of this place!
There she is.
We're here, Kachina!
Honey? You made it!
Looks like our reunion will have to wait until we take care of these monsters.
Good idea. Let's go! Let's ride! Catch an epic wave! Coming at ya! Attack! The fuse is lit! Here goes! Woohoo! Hiya! You're here. You're finally here. Thank you so much. That monster can appear from anywhere. It almost caught me a bunch of times. The Y-Up's power helped keep me hidden, so I just tried to stay out of sight until you got here.
Had a girl. You did so well. And most importantly, you weren't hurt.
Should we start heading back then? Actually, I have a request. Will you come visit the Y-Up with me? I can't exactly put it into words, but
Something's wrong with the Ode of Resurrection. And I know it has something to do with the contamination from the Abyss.
That was the Pyro Archon's theory as well. Everything we've seen here certainly seems to back it up.
In the Night Kingdom, there are 6 main totem poles representing the Wyab of each tribe. You can think of them like the body of each Wyab. Additional totem poles, like the ones around here, serve as proxies to which the Wyab can extend their consciousness. There are countless proxies scattered around the Night Kingdom. Through them, the Wyab can extend their consciousness over the entire realm and track down souls no matter where they roam. But if a proxy were to become severely contaminated, then a soul could become lost within the Night Kingdom.
Judging by the current situation, I don't think we're dealing with just one contaminated proxy. Even if we could drive back the abyssal power from one of them, that probably wouldn't even put a dent in the problem.
Still, we can't just leave the Wyab to suffer. It's protected me this whole time.
Saving one is better than saving none at all.
I agree. We might even manage to draw out the monster that's been hunting Kachina. Getting rid of the monster might slow down the deterioration of the Night Kingdom.
Kachina? What's wrong? Nothing. Just a headache. And that voice again, telling me to abandon the Wyab and leave this place.
Maybe we really should leave. Kachina's already been here for too long.
No, I'm fine. I don't plan on listening to that nonsense. I can hold on.
Where's the totem pole?
Just up ahead. I'll lead the way. Besides, I can still fight, so please, help me out a little longer. Listen to me, Kachina. We'll come with you, but that's because we want to help the Wyab, not because we have something to prove. You don't have anything to prove either. It's okay if you reach your limit. We'll be there for you.
All right, the sooner we get this done, the better.
We've already come all this way, so we might as well try to get to the bottom of this.
Let's go. This way.
I'll stay here and try to stall the Abyss monster.
All by yourself? That's too dangerous.
It's all right. I may not be as strong as that monster, but I'm definitely more familiar with the area. Besides, I don't have much time left. If you're anything like my friend, I'm sure you're not particularly fond of goodbyes. So go. Achieve your goal, and return to the world where you belong.
Thank you for everything.
You're a true hero.
Thank you. No one fights alone.
Does your head still hurt? Let me help you walk. I'm fine. You should know I'm made of stronger stuff than that. Wyab! I'm back! My friends and I are here to heal you. Wyab, can you hear me? Wyab? So we were right. The contamination is already too severe. It's preventing the Wyab from answering our calls. Alright, get ready everyone. Time to purge the abyssal energy from this place.
I'll help too.
Careful. We've got company.
Already?
You really think that puny soul could slow me down? Courage in the face of futility is pure folly. He tried to get in my way, so I disposed of him.
You killed Malco?
Well, I mean, he's kind of already dead, right?
He would have dispersed with or without me. Rather than worrying about him, I would urge you to focus on yourself. You may have defeated others of my kind in the past, but underestimate me now, and it will be to your peril.
Are you the one behind all of this?
No. The power of the Abyss is intoxicating. The destruction it seeks captivates like a masterful work of art. I strive only for the opportunity to see it up close. I thought this naive little girl was an exception, but it turns out humanity is full of lambs willing to offer themselves up to the slaughter. That is the tragedy of your short lives. You understand nothing of all-encompassing power. Ancient names, pride, friendship, all empty ideas invented to give you a false sense of self-worth. They possess no power at all. The Pyro Archon created those grandiose ideals out of pure selfishness. Anything to avoid sharing power. Anything to avoid handing over the primordial gift to ordinary people like you. Don't believe me? Then ask yourself, why is the Pyro Archon strong beyond measure, while you, Kachina, remain so pathetically weak?
Kachina! Give me your hand. Feel that? I'm right here next to you.
Thanks, Moalani. You're right. I have nothing to fear. Because I'm not alone anymore.
You're right. Maybe comforting ideals don't have any power. But you also couldn't be more wrong. You've never had to work for your own strength, so you will never understand the true source of our power.
What?
What?
The courage we have to stand before you and not back down? It comes from our friendship. The power lies not in the ideal itself, but in our commitment to upholding that ideal, and in our decision to stand together and fight!
Well said!
Thumbs up from Paimon.
Let's go, Kachina. It shouldn't take more than 2 of us to handle an enemy like this.
Sorry in advance, but you deserve what's coming to you!
There aren't many in Natlan who can beat us when we're together. It's time he got a taste of that kind of power.
From the ash
Hey, boss time.
Check this out. Best of luck. Amazing.
Okay, good. We're getting the trial characters for them. Getting annihilated.
Woohoo! Woohoo! Let's shred, Sharky! Say cheese!
Get wrecked.
We won! We actually won!
Nice job.
That's what he gets for underestimating you two.
Fantastic work, Kachina. Absolutely fantastic. This makes me so unbelievably happy.
Aww.
I'm happy too, Mualani. Together we really are unstoppable.
Huh? What's happening? My ancient name is glowing? But I thought I didn't bring it with me.
It's probably a projection from the real world. But that doesn't explain why it's glowing all of a sudden.
Wait, does that mean you're...
That was a bold move, diving headfirst into the fire to save your friend, especially in a place so overrun with abyssal corruption. Still, seeing you pull it off was really something. Everything you said was exactly right. As isolated individuals, we stand no chance against the power of the Abyss. It took years' worth of scars and lots of unnecessary suffering for me to understand that for myself. The Pyro Archon's plan will unite us as one. Everyone has a part to play. Only then will we have the power to defeat the strongest of foes.
Who are you?
Tupac, a warrior from the people of the Springs. I fought against the Abyss during the invasion 500 years ago.
I've heard that name before. You were the giant who saved all of Natlan.
Since you were able to awaken my words from your ancient name, that means you have fully embodied the aspirations of the Wyob. Under the name Umoja, you shall unite the tribes and save Natlan from its impending doom.
Me?
As long as blood still runs through your veins, even the tiniest spark of steel against stone can ignite a flame. Its blaze will become one with our vision for Natlan. Even amid everlasting darkness, our bonds remain eternal.
Fist bump. Ooh, colorful.
What's wrong, Mualani?
memories. My brain was just flooded with everything he once knew. So that's what happened.
What do you mean? Did you just figure something out?
500 years ago, they foresaw the very crisis we're facing now. Efforts to save Natlan started all the way back then.
We can go over the details once we get back. We shouldn't linger here longer than we have to.
Does that mean you already know about this whole thing?
I know bits and pieces, but I had no idea Mualani was also part of the plan.
This sounds like something that's going to need a lot of explaining. Let's focus on saving the Wyatt first. Okay, that should be enough. Wyatt? Wyatt? Can you hear me?
I hear your voice, Kachina, my dear child.
Great. Well then, I'm afraid it's time to say goodbye. I just wanted to make sure you were okay before we leave, but we can't afford to stay here any longer. I was going to ask why you bestowed an ancient name upon someone like me, but it's okay. I'll keep searching within myself for the answer. I'll never stop trying to improve my strength. One day, I'll live up to the hero you saw in me.
You are already an outstanding child in my eyes, Kachina. No matter what happens.
Huh?
You are all my most beloved children. It has always been my honor to protect and nurture you. Your ancient name is just that. A name. Much like your parents chose to name you Kachina, I also gave you a name, but it need not define you. Focus on who you want to be. You are already worthy of your name. Now, you need only devote yourself to becoming a better you. The story of your ancient name is for you to continue. Just like your parents, my love for you will never change, no matter what the future holds.
Thank you, Wyatt.
It gladdens me to see the Pyro Archon's plan move another step towards completion. But it is time for you to leave this place. The situation here is getting worse. Go now, my children. Save Natlan on behalf of all you hold dear.
I know we've never met before, Wyatt, but I just wanted to say thank you for encouraging Kachina. It was exactly what she needed to hear.
Whoa! What's going on? An earthquake?
We're out of time.
It's the power of the Abyss. Quick, we need to run!
It's a Sealy! The Sealy opened the way for us!
Gotta run. There's music.
The opening in the sky! It's closing!
We need to hurry, or we'll be stuck here!
Watch out for the falling rocks!
Quick,
Whoa.
through the middle!
Come on, faster!
Cutscene time.
We'll never make
Well, that's not good.
You've done well. Now come home.
We're back!
The Pyro Archon saved us.
But she's not here.
How did she regain her strength?
Yeah, didn't she say she used it all up?
She's still in the Speaker's Chamber. What we saw in the Night Kingdom was just her consciousness.
So you're saying her consciousness did all that?
Every great display of power comes at a price.
You must feel terrible, Kachina. Just hold on. We'll get you to a doctor soon. Let's get back to the stadium. The Pyro Archon said she'd have a doctor waiting for us.
I recommend getting a full checkup, just to make sure no damage gets left behind.
Paimon feels okay. What about you, Traveler?
Shrug.
Right. You always seem to do pretty well against the Abyss.
Let's get going. We need to share what we learned in the Night Kingdom as well.
Right. The Y-Up mentioned something about the Pyro Archon's plan. What is it exactly?
I'll let her explain everything. We're all a part of the plan now. Every move we make from here on out will decide Natlan's ultimate fate.
Okay, gonna take a little pause here.